it's Gwen. In today's video, I'm sharing my top 12 predictions for papercraft trends in 2024. This time last year, I made a video just like this one, where I predicted many of the trends for the coming year, and that got me thinking, why not pull out my crystal ball and see if I can do it again? There was also one trend that I got very wrong, so we'll chat about that in a bit. First up, trending colors. Pantone's color of the year for 2024 is called Peach Fuzz, and it's this beautiful soft tone of peach. I personally love it. It's very, very different from last year's color tone, which was called Viva Magenta. Last year, I predicted bold, bright, happy colors, and it seems for 2024, we'll be moving away from those into some more muted tones. Which do you prefer, soft and muted, or something with a little more pop? It will be very interesting to see just how much of this color we see in the lines for 2024, considering that most of them are probably started by now. Perhaps we will see it in a Christmas collection towards the end of the year and certainly into 2025. In the meantime, it would be well worth your while to pull this color from your stash. I am sure you have supplies already that would match this color tone that you can work with. I was asked very recently what the best color combos for peach would be, and I would go with peach, navy, and teal, or perhaps a peach, cream, and dark green. Last year, I predicted that we would continue to see a lot of metallics, and they certainly are not going anywhere. In fact, I am seeing more and more metallic elements, especially in the mixed media category. And not just in gold and silver tones. The Simon Hurley Solar and Lunar Paste are excellent examples of this. These are shimmery pots of goodness in a range of metallic colors, perfect for card makers and scrapbookers, and they look amazing over black cardstock. Black cardstock, you say? Hold that thought for a moment. There are also some really lovely metallic watercolor paint sets that I have seen and purchased, and classics like the glitter gel pen. They are tried and true for a very good reason. I predict mixed media supplies will be even more popular in 2024 than they have been this year. They can be used by all kinds of paper crafters, from junk journalers to card makers and scrapbookers, so they are always a super popular choice. Another papercraft trend that I am seeing and loving are mini albums. Now, I am going to use this term very broadly. I am talking about books, journals, mini albums, any of those miniature 3D projects. They are popping up everywhere and I am here for it. What I'm loving the most about this is the blurring of the lines of what it means to be a paper crafter. Many of us create many different papercraft projects, and it's nice to see creatives carving out a way to do it that suits them. I predicted last year that we would see even more digital products, and that was the case. Brands like Felicity Jane have converted their traditional scrapbook supplies to fully digital products. We now have even more options to print 12 by 12 pattern papers and embellishments at home, so I predict that these digital products will become even more popular. Last year, I predicted a movement towards a more simplified style of memory keeping, something that was a little more achievable for beginners and maybe younger paper crafters. Unfortunately, I don't think we saw that. I think I got that one wrong, and I think it was maybe wishful thinking on my part. I do often wonder about crafters who are just starting out in this hobby and what it really looks like for them. Is this hobby appealing to younger creatives? Why or why not? But I guess that is a whole deep conversation that we'll have to have another day. There's another big trend that I've just started to notice, and I think it will be even bigger into 2024, and that is paper punches and dies. They are back and I am here for it. I know some of the card makers are going to say, no, Gwen, they didn't go anywhere, but certainly in terms of scrapbooking, they did lose popularity for a bit there. It was almost as if we forgot about them. I know I certainly did. I personally have been using my dies and punches a lot more towards the end of this year, and I've been seeing other scrapbook creatives do the same thing. I've been finding new ways to use my basic shapes, and if you're looking for ideas to do that too, I'll be sure to leave a couple of video links in the description box below. In terms of dies, I am particularly loving the ones that have the matching stamps. So the stamp and die sets that are made by Alter New and Pink Fresh Studio. I think they are perfect for any paper crafter and can see them being used in junk journals, on cards, and of course scrapbook layouts. I predict we'll see many more of these style products into the new year. In fact, more broadly, I feel that many of the tools that we have sitting in drawers are going to make a comeback, not just our punches and dies. When we see financial pressures come into play, the tools that creatives have already invested in will be seen in a fresh new light, and I'm especially excited about that. Speaking of financial pressures, this next prediction is more of a wish than anything else. I am hoping to see collections with fewer elements in them. Collections with 50 different prints and pattern papers are a little bit too much for me. Not just financially, but also creatively. I talk a lot on the channel about decision fatigue, and I'm always sifting through embellishments, excluding pieces. So I dream of a collection that's a little more carefully curated, that has fewer elements to choose from. Let's call them mini collections. I don't know about you, but I don't think I've ever used up an entire collection. Let me know in the comments below, have you? Last year, I predicted that we would see a lot of decluttering, and I believe we have. I predict that we will continue to see more of this, and it does link back to what I was just saying. Do we really need collections with 50 full sheets of pattern paper, only to be decluttering half of them a year from now? I'm always very conscious when new lines come out, and I need to be very careful not to be tempted to get the entire collection. Minimalism continues to be a popular trend for living, and I would really love to see that come into the craft world. I believe that I am not alone, so I do predict that we will see many more stash busting challenges and decluttering ideas. And in fact, I already have several videos on the channel that will help you declutter your space. I'll leave them linked below. If you're up for a stash busting challenge, I just finished one as part of my 12 days of Christmas. I'll be sure to link that below too. My next prediction is black. Yep, I think black is back along with our punches and dies. I'm seeing collections featuring it. I'm seeing it featured on cards and scrapbook layouts. Leading that trend has to be Vicky Boutin. All of her collections have beautiful bold colors and then pops of black. Oh yeah, and those metallics I mentioned earlier, they look amazing on black cardstock. Overall, I'm not too sure how I feel about the black. It's not a color that I've used a lot in my paper crafting, but I know many of you will be excited to hear it. And you know what? I will promise to give it a try. My prediction for the scrapbooking icon for 2023 was bows, mainly because I'm all about them bows. But you know what? I did see a lot of them. I predict that that will continue into 2024, and in fact, the very first collection that I've bought for the new year does have bows in it. I'll share more on that in a moment. First though, the other icon I want to mention are sunbursts. I'm seeing a lot of sun rays and sunbursts, particularly in the backgrounds of cards and layouts that have been created with a stencil. I personally have made quite a few layouts with these elements in them, and I've seen many others online. The next trend that I've been noticing is what I've called cute vintage, and it's a trend in theme and icons. A great example of this is B. Galliant's first collection with American crafts. It's called Poppy and Pear, and I personally love it. It also has the Pantone color of the year in it, that really pretty peach shade, as well as soft muted tones and those vintage icons. It is also what I would call a general collection. Last year, I predicted we would see more of these, and we certainly have. These generic collections can be used across a wide range of themes and document many different memories. So it makes sense that manufacturers would be making more of these, and we'll continue to see this trend grow in 2024. Poppy and Pear is the very first collection that I've purchased for the new year, and I'll be sure to do an unboxing of it when it arrives in the studio. Would now be a good time to talk about fruit? Is fruit making a comeback? I think so. I have seen many scrapbook collections that have fruit icons in them, and I'm going to predict that we will see even more. Keep your eyes peeled for that. Unintended. So there you have it, the 12 paper crafting trends that I predict we will see in 2024. So what do you think? Are you excited about any of these in particular? Do you think I missed any? Do you think I'm wrong about any of them as well? Let me know in the comments below. I would love to chat with you about it. Wondering how many of the trends I got right or wrong for 2023? You'll need to watch this video next. I'll see you all again very soon. Until then, bye!